Hello, welcome to Majestic School. Today we are going to study about the Cartesian graph. In the Cartesian graph, we will have numbers, and we'll have this place as our origin. Then this place is going to be our x-axis, and this place is going to be our y-axis. The Cartesian graph was created many years ago in the 17th century by a French mathematician, a scientist, and a philosopher called René Descartes. So I beg your pardon. René Descartes. He observed that a fly on a ceiling was standing on a particular position, and each location he thought that he could express the exact location of that fly by a system of coordinates using the corner of the ceiling as the origin. He consequently developed the system which we call today the Cartesian graph. He achieved this by using straight horizontal lines intersecting vertical lines. Now, he made sure that these lines intercepted at points where they created right angles. He made sure that these points created right angles at this origin when he created the vertical line. This at the vertical line, the y-axis, the vertical line, and the x-axis, the horizontal line. So many years later, we now call it the Cartesian graph. It is used in engineering, in sciences, and so many other things, in mathematics to analyze shapes and do a lot of scientific analysis. So we just look at the structure today and see how it looks like. Now, on the x-axis, what he did was that this x-axis, he called it the abscissa. The x-axis he called the abscissa. You have the abscissa rather. Abscissa, which is the x-axis. Then the y-axis, he called the ordinate. He called the ordinate the y-axis. This one is the y-axis. So that was what they were called initially. So we have the y-axis, the ordinate, and this x-axis he called the abscissa. Now to get a point, what you do is to mark off the x-axis, this part of the x-axis, the right-hand part of the x-axis from the origin, you mark them off as positive numbers. Mark them off as positive numbers. This one is the origin. Remember, the origin is 0. And this one, we may call this one 1. And this place, we'll call it 2. Positive 2. You can say plus 2, plus 1, if you wish to. And this one, plus 3, if you wish to write it. Remember that when writing positive numbers, it's not necessary you add the plus sign, because a number without a sign shows that that number is positive already. So you don't need to write plus or whatever. Then on the left side of this line, the x-axis, on the left side of the x-axis, we have negative numbers from the origin. From the origin, you start counting, have minus 1 or negative 1, negative 2, then negative 3 or minus 3, negative 4 or minus 4, depending on how you want your scale. Then on the y-axis, we have, start from the origin again, we have plus 1, which is positive 1, plus 2, which is 2. Remember, I said we don't need to, once it's a positive number, it's not necessary you write plus in the front. Then positive 3, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, depending on your scale. The right-hand side of the x-axis, you have the positive numbers. The left-hand side of the x-axis, you have the negative numbers. The upper part of the y-axis, you have the positive numbers. And the lower part of the y-axis, you have the negative numbers. Here, we are going to have minus 1. Here, we have minus 2. This is the lower part of the y-axis, starting from the origin. And here, you have minus 3. Okay, you can do it up to minus 4, depending on how you wish to achieve your goal. If you can extend the line if you wish to. Let's try to extend this one. Okay, so let us call this place, let us call this one minus 4. Okay. Now, this is our Cartesian graph. We have here, this place is called the origin. That place is called the origin. So, this is our x-axis. This is our x-axis, or you call it the abscissa. Abscissa or x-axis. This is our ordinate, or you call it the y axis. This is our Cartesian graph. This is our Cartesian graph. These are the intersecting line. These are the intersecting line. They are vertical straight line. Vertical straight line. We can get our points here. We can achieve our points. And when we to achieve this point, you need 2 points. Points on the x-axis and points on the y-axis. Let us assume that you have 2, 3. Usually, in a Cartesian graph, what you do, in a Cartesian graph, the first number, the first one is the x-axis, and the second number is the y-axis. You trace it on the x-axis, the first number, you trace it on the x-axis. In the second number, you trace it on the y-axis. Let us try this number, 2 and 3. Let us say, on the x-axis, you have 2, so we can trace this number. You can use a ruler. You trace it. Remember we said 2, so this is 2. You start from here on this place as it's connected to the origin, 2. Then this one is 3 on the y-axis. You trace them. They are going to meet somewhere around here. So let's connect them with our ruler so we don't make mistake. You have this, you have this, you have this, you have this. Then you have this one as well. You have the y-axis is also connected. Okay. All right, so we have this place as our point. Let's call this point A. Let's call it point A. So for us to successfully write point A, we write it in this form. We say 2, 3. These are the coordinates of point A. Point A, our point A is 2 and 3. Let us trace another point, point B. Point B, let us let's trace it somewhere around here. Let's put it here. Let's put it here. Yeah, somewhere here. Let's create a point here. So if we are creating a point there, let us assume point B is going to be -3, because -3 is on the x-axis, and +1. Point B. So this is -3 on the x-axis. This is -3 at this point. It's connected to the origin. And this is +1. This is +1 on the y-axis. Just as we have said, +1 on the y-axis. So we can connect them. If you don't have, if you have a good graph sheet, you may not need to use dotted line anymore, because the graph sheet has formed a grid. It has formed a beautiful grid connecting all the lines together. All the lines in a graph sheet usually could be straight. So we have this point as our point B. Our point B is -3, +1, which is point B. -3, 1. So these are the 2 points. You can also create another point here if you wish to. which is plus 1 minus 1, which is point C. We can create one here if you wish to. Plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1. So let's call this one point C. Point C is 1, comma, minus 1. So we have created 3 points, and I want you to practice something. I want you to take something home and practice. I want you to do a little thing for me and post it on the channel, on the comment section of the channel. I want you to create, I want you to create, find the following points, find this point on a Cartesian graph, find the point on the Cartesian graph. 1. Let us say point A, you have minus 1, comma, 6. Create your scale the way you want. 2, B, 4, 3, C, okay, sorry, 3, number 3, C, 2, minus 1. So try to find these points and let me know about them, and let's see, get a graph sheet and create your points. And I want to say thank you so much for getting to this point. May you be blessed. And please subscribe to our channel. Encourage me by subscribing to this channel. Click the notification bell and let us grow. Let us grow together. Let's build the world to become a better place. Thank you very much. God bless.